Now, we've talked about your context quite a lot throughout the course so far, and we've talked about how your thoughts and feelings determine the words and actions that come out of you, that your internal definition of yourself determines how you will express yourself to make those thoughts and feelings known to other people, and that how you do that, how you act through life, is going to determine where you go. I mentioned at the beginning of this section that we're going to talk about context, content, and container. So let's talk a little bit more about that container, what I call your physical presence, not just what you say and do, but how you say and do it. You can think of a container as a flower pot. Say you bought some content, beautiful flowers, say beautiful roses, and now you're going to choose what container to put those beautiful flowers in to give them to somebody, presumably for the purpose of making that person feel good about receiving flowers from you. And on the one hand, you have a beautiful vase, maybe blown glass in beautiful colors, and the flowers are the same colors, and it just looks gorgeous in that vase. And on the other hand, you have the green plastic pot that comes from a garden supply store. Same content, the exact same flowers, delivered to the person in a beautiful vase, wonderful container that supports and uplifts the value of the content, or delivered in a green plastic pot, an unappealing container that undermines and devalues the content. That same notion applies to how your voice and body physically deliver your words and actions. For instance, if you're walking into wherever you go in the morning and you look at somebody and you say, "Good morning," and they're going to respond with, "Good morning." But one of them is going to respond like this, "Good morning." And another one's going to respond like this, "Good morning." That is the exact same content, two little words, but said in very different containers. Think of your container as your whole body, everything at your disposal to physically deliver yourself to other people. The tone of your voice, the cadence and level of your voice, high or low, fast or slow. Your eye contact, are you making eye contact when you communicate with somebody, or looking down or away or at your phone? Your facial expressions, smile, frown, angry, pierced brow, rolled eye, skeptical. Your body language, are you facing the person that you're speaking to? Because how often do you say good morning to somebody who's walking the other way and they do it like this? "Yeah, good morning." Even more than the tone of voice, that they're not looking at me, that their body's not turned towards me. All of that is communication that's delivered through my container, my body. Hand gesturing. You've probably noticed I gesture a lot when I speak, but there are other gestures that we all know about. This is a gesture. This is a gesture, wave the hand. There are other gestures that we can do with our fingers. This is a gesture. Imagine if I delivered this entire course like this. Imagine if I delivered this entire course in monotone. Imagine if I delivered this entire course in monotone with my arms crossed and my face looking at the ground. Imagine if every word I said from the beginning of the course to here was exactly the same. Every exercise, exactly the same. The exact same content, but delivered through a very different container. It would have a very different impact on you. Your container, your physical presence, is what gives people cues about how they're supposed to feel about your content. Let me say that again. Your physical presence is what gives people cues about how they're supposed to feel about your content. So if I say good morning like this, I'm telling you to feel good about my good morning. And if I say good morning like this, I'm telling you to feel put off or pushed away, or like I'm not interested in my good morning. If I'm sitting at my office desk with my back to the wall, typing at my computer, and you come and knock to invite me to lunch, and I say, "Yeah, sure." You may hear the words, "Yeah, sure," but you're not feeling too good about going to lunch with me, or if I even really want to. Maybe you suspect that I'm not being authentic, or that I'm lying about wanting to go to lunch, or that I'm pressured, or feel obligated, or really want to just stay and work. as opposed to, want to go to lunch? Yeah, sure. Now you feel, I gave you cues through my body to feel that I really do want to go to lunch with you. Your container gives people cues about what they're supposed to feel about your content, about what you have to say and how you say it and what you do and what your actions are. And just like those two vases, your container can either support and uplift your content to make people feel connected to what you're saying and doing, build relationship and opportunity, and increase the effectiveness of you achieving the results that you want, or your container can undermine and draw down the value of your content and make people feel things that are contrary to your intent and be ineffective at creating the results that you want.